Welcome back, art students. Okay, you can see I kind of finished dropping on there, coloring in lots of this area and space. Now the fun part, I'm going to use some watercolor brushes or some different brushes. Notice they're small for details. I don't want any big brushes because that's going to mess everything up. And of course some water. Here we go. Let's do this. So I'm going to use my brush, just get it wet in the water. And then I think I'm going to start in the water because I was so excited. And you can see how it starts blending it around and makes it look more watery-like. You can scrub those particles around, lift them up, let the water kind of carry them around nicely. Let your brush do a lot of the work. Lots of nice blending. Notice I'm still being very careful. I'm gonna do one thing at a time. If I took a wet brush, pretend I'm doing this, I'm not gonna do this, but if I just went like this on the whole thing, it's gonna take some of the brown colors and it's gonna mix it right into my blue. So we need to be very careful. So when you're doing one thing at a time, you gotta do the water first, maybe, and then you do the wood after your water becomes dry. You gotta be patient. Nice thing about watercolor paint is it does dry fairly quick. It's definitely something I like about it. I like how it's blending in all of those small little voids. I'm going to be very careful back here in the background. Now maybe there's something where you don't even want to use a wet brush, and that's okay. You got to make your own choices as an artist. But notice how careful I'm being as I'm working around these areas. Very gentle and careful. Letting the tip of my bristles on my brush go right where they need to go, right as they need to, having full control as I keep going along in all of these spaces that need to be touched by water. And I keep going back to my water cup to keep a nice active wet brush. If I spread my water from my brush over a lot of area, my brush is going to become dry and thirsty, and then it's not going to work so nice. Now if you look right here, this might happen to you sometimes. See how it's kind of pooling down and down on the paper right here? You can move that around a little bit more, okay? Because it'll dry that way. See this pool of water over here? You can spread that out more evenly again. Otherwise it'll dry like that. Okay, and that's how you work with the watercolor paint. Cool. I'm excited to see how it's gonna look up here in the dark sky. Ooh, yeah, that looks cool. Oh, that's awesome. I like the stormy sky. This is very cool. Oh, and it's so dark, so I gotta be so careful because it's very dark. Dark colors are very unforgiving. If they invade the space of a light color such as white, it will not let that white be white no more. So be very careful as you're working on dark colors. Oh, I love this. Now I'm gonna go in the gray. Maybe your conditions are different. Maybe you don't have a stormy day like I did. Maybe you have a nice peaceful day where there's no wind, where there's no clouds in the sky, and it's a bright sunny day in the afternoon. Maybe it's during a sunrise in the morning. Maybe it's at nighttime when it's really dark and I can see all the stars. Maybe it's when the sun is setting and the sky gets all colorful and you see a bunch of pink clouds, pinks and purples in the sky. It's really up to you as the artist to make some of those important choices. I just thought it'd be cool to show this really intense weather, really show the mighty strength of a true longship and the raging waves in a storm. There we go. And we are done. Awesome. I love it. After this dries a little bit, I think I might do some more water blending in some of my wood. But other than that, this is done. Awesome.